In a city where cobblestones whisper secrets, and centuries linger in every note, Salzburg stands eternal. Clara, a passionate music historian, arrives in Salzburg to study a rumored lost composition of Mozart. In these streets, the past dances with the present, waiting for those who listen. Clara stumbles upon a cryptic letter, hinting at a hidden manuscript. For 1,000 years, it has stood silent, a guardian of secrets untold. Clara visits Salzburg Cathedral, where an organist plays an unfinished Mozart piece. A stranger named Lucas, a local historian, offers to help Clara uncover the truth. Clara and Lucas uncover a secret chamber beneath the cathedral, filled with old manuscripts. Among the manuscripts, Clara finds a fragment of a musical score, signed A.M. Sometimes the answers are as delicate as a flower's bloom. The manuscript leads to an ancient feud between Salzburg's rulers and Mozart's patrons. A rival historian, Dr. Kruger, seeks the manuscript for personal fame. Clara and Lucas rush to the Hellbrunn Palace to follow the manuscript's trail. The trick fountains reveal another coded message in their watery patterns. Dr. Kruger ambushes Clara and Lucas at the Hohensalzburg Fortress. Clara uses her knowledge of the fortress's hidden passages to evade capture. In the final chamber, Clara finds the completed manuscript, Mozart's last, unheard. Even the greatest rivalries can find harmony in the end. Clara organizes a grand performance of the symphony in the Salzburg Cathedral. Salzburg is not just a city. It is a living melody, eternal and unbroken. Clara and Lucas gather Salzburg's finest musicians to rehearse the lost symphony. Each instrument resonates with history, as if the notes were meant to be played here all along. Clara watches with tears in her eyes as the music breathes life into the manuscript. Even a genius like Mozart had reasons for leaving mysteries unsolved. Analyzing the manuscript, Clara finds a faint marking, coordinates leading to a secluded chapel outside Salzburg. Lucas reveals it to be a location Mozart once frequented. Clara and Lucas travel to the chapel, passing rolling hills and picturesque Austrian landscapes. The scenery mirrors the elegance of Mozart's music. Inside the chapel, Clara discovers a hidden compartment in the altar. Inside lies the missing movement, fragile but intact. It's a finale unlike anything she's ever seen. Mozart's farewell to the world. Sometimes, redemption comes not in words but in actions. The orchestra rehearses the finale by moonlight in the cathedral. The music is so powerful it draws passers-by who gather outside to listen, their faces lit with wonder. Lucas uncovers letters proving that Mozart had intentionally hidden the piece due to political tensions with Salzburg's rulers. The symphony was his quiet rebellion, a call for freedom and unity.
Sometimes, the bravest act is to let your music speak for you.
Word of the discovery spreads, and Salzburg buzzes with anticipation for the performance. Tourists and locals alike fill the streets. The city feels alive, as if Mozart himself is preparing to take the stage. Dr. Kruger warns Clara that a collector obsessed with lost compositions plans to steal the manuscript before the performance. Tension rises as Clara and Lucas devise a plan to protect it. To safeguard Mozart's work, Clara creates a decoy manuscript. The real composition is locked in the cathedral's vault, under Lucas's watch. During the final rehearsal, the collector's hired thief attempts to steal the decoy but is apprehended by Lucas. The real manuscript remains safe. Salzburg awakens to a clear, crisp morning. The cathedral is prepared, and the musicians are ready. Clara feels a mixture of pride and nerves as she oversees final preparations. Sometimes, the past chooses its own messengers. Crowds fill the cathedral and spill into the streets. Musicians take their places as the audience falls silent. The air is electric with anticipation. The orchestra begins. The first movement resonates through the cathedral, and the audience is spellbound. As the symphony progresses, the audience is moved to tears by its beauty and complexity. Even Dr. Kruger bows his head in reverence. The missing movement is performed for the first time, its power unmatched. The cathedral seems to come alive as the music swells. Outside the cathedral, Salzburg streets are filled with people listening to the music over loudspeakers. The entire city feels connected. The performance concludes, and the cathedral erupts in applause. The musicians beam with pride, and Clara feels an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. The manuscript is donated to Salzburg's museum, ensuring its preservation for generations. Clara declines fame, choosing instead to let the music speak for itself. Clara walks through the Altstadt one last time, hearing echoes of the symphony in her mind. Clara discovers an old letter, written by Mozart, thanking his patrons for their faith in his music. It's a reminder of his enduring humility. Salzburg declares an annual festival to celebrate the lost symphony, ensuring its story lives on. Lucas gifts Clara an antique violin, thanking her for restoring Salzburg's legacy. Clara realizes her journey has changed her, and she resolves to bring other forgotten histories to light. As Clara departs, a street musician plays the first movement of Mozart's symphony. Clara smiles, knowing the city will always sing.